everyone, I am the Drarry teller. I'm sorry I did not post yesterday. Yesterday was Harry's birthday, and I didn't really want to disturb that by posting a fanfic. I was too busy celebrating. So this chapter might contain some PG-13 stuff, so if you are not comfortable with that, you may want to leave. Let's begin. A Secret Romance, a Drarry fanfic. Chapter 3. After a while, I finally made it to the room of requirements. I went over to the wall and paced back and forth in front of it, thinking of what I needed. When I got inside, he was waiting for me, his silver eyes and pale skin glowing in the moonlight, and his tender lips were opened ever so slightly. He spoke in such a delicate voice that at first I didn't think it was him. The Malfoy I knew all those years ago would have never spoken in such a tone. Once I processed what he said, he reassured me that yes, indeed this was my Malfoy. "I'm not gonna go easy on you," he said in the most erotic voice ever heard to human ears, almost as if he were a siren, his voice luring me in closer and closer to him the more he spoke. We kissed so long that by the time we stopped kissing, we had gotten all our clothes off, which were now lying on the floor near our ankles, in clumps. We got on the bed, and since this wasn't our first time, I knew exactly what to do. This time, we were so lustful and, dare I say, horny for each other that we forgot to use the protection spell. The next morning, I bid him farewell for the time being and put on my clothes from the night before, putting on my invisibility cloak once I was done. By the time I got back to the common room, the sun was starting to come up, so I quickly scurried up the stairs since I was still very tired from last night's events. I took the opportunity to go back to sleep. I woke up from Ron yelling at me to wake up or we'd be late to get to breakfast. Down in the common room, Hermione was waiting for us, and of course, as always, carrying a stack of books to read while we were eating. Honestly, she must be superhuman. How is she able to carry all those books at once? By the time we got to breakfast, he was there, sitting at the dinner table, talking to that Pansy bitch that thinks he's straight as a line. It hurts my soul seeing him talk to her, even though I know he has not even the slightest romantic interest in her. It just hurts seeing her flirt with him, and he goes along to avoid any awareness, concluding his sexuality. When we finished breakfast, we started to walk to class. For some reason, I felt nauseous. I quickly left, not asking the teacher if I could, and I went to the nearest bathroom. Ron noticed my absence and poked his head out the hall. Seeing me run down it, he quickly ran after me to make sure I was all right. He was about to knock on my stall when he noticed it was already open, though just slightly. I quickly proceeded to puke my insides out. "Bloody hell, you all right in there, Harry?" he asked as he walked into the stall. He patted my back and helped keep my hair out of my face, which was harder than you'd think for a guy. I have very messy and wild hair. When we left the bathroom, Hermione was waiting for us just outside with a frightful expression on her face. "Harry," she said, "are you all right? I could hear you puking your guts out from just outside the boys' bathroom." "I don't feel so well," I admitted. Ron then proceeded to suggest that we should go visit Madame Pomfrey in the hospital wing. Hermione agreed. After all, I sounded like I was fucking dying when I puked. But I, of course, not wanting to get in trouble with Snape, tried to dismiss it, saying it was probably just a 24-hour stomach bug and that I would be alright by tomorrow. Of course, they wouldn't give up that easily, as unyielding as they both were, and I barely managed to weasel my way out of it. Well, I guess they had reason, because right in the middle of potion, I asked Snape if I could please go to the bathroom. Ron followed me a while later, as to not arouse any suspicion from Snape, and checked up on me. Let's just say I wasn't doing too well. At the end of the day, they were practically dragging me to Madame Pomfrey. When they got there, Malfoy was there because his head hurt due to studying so much and for such long periods of time. When he saw me, he looked concerned and at ease. Of course, as soon as Madame Pomfrey saw us, she asked us about why we were there. Hermione took the lead and answered Madame Pomfrey's questions. Harry's been throwing up all day. After a few tests, she came back and said with a bewildered and appealed expression, Harry, you're... Well, that's the end of chapter 3. I might post another video today. I'm not quite sure, because I missed out yesterday. I might post another one today, but as I said, I'm not sure. Remember, you can read this on Wattpad, and as I say usually in the beginning of my videos, this is not my story. I did ask permission to read the story to you guys, so yeah, you can read this on Wattpad. This is made by the Drarry shippers on Wattpad, and it is called A Secret Romance, a Drarry fanfic. So, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.